Hi, this is David Abel, and this is a video demonstration for administrators on how to create and update news articles and notices. The first thing I'm going to do is log in, so I click the admin link at the bottom and I'm logging in as a system administrator, so I get the full menu across the top. I'm going to go to websites, articles, and listed here I have all news articles and notices for all categories, and if I was to go and create a new article, then in the category list I could select any particular category. So I just wanted to show you that that particular view, that's what it looks like for administrators. Okay, we log out. I'm just going to quickly switch browsers, and now I'm going to log in as a news author. I'm going to use Peter's login, and you'll notice that the navigation across the top is now limited, and that there are under website two options: images and article pages. If I select article pages, you'll see that the articles that are listed are all the same category, and in fact as a news author you can have assigned to you one or more categories. In Peter's case, he has the category course and also mixed. The reason there's no mixed articles here is that there haven't been any created yet. So from here you can see these three check boxes here indicate whether these particular news articles, where they appear. So if the first one is checked, that means the article is visible in the members website. This column here indicates the visitors website, and this indicates that the article features in the headline news section in the home page of the members website. What I'm going to do now is create a very simple news article that is going to have just text, and I'm going to copy and paste the text I need from an article I created earlier. So what we do is we click on create article. The type field you'll be able to change to news and notice. I'll explain the difference in a minute. And the category is limited to what's assigned to you as a login, so you can select either course or mixed. So we'll select mixed there. The next thing is we need to give our article a title. So I'm just going to put example article in here, and by default the date is today's date, so you can probably leave that as it is, and by default members is ticked but not visitors and not headline, so I'm going to leave it as that just for now. One tip here, you may want to not make your news article available to display until you've had time to fully complete it and check it. So you can uncheck that there, and then you can go back later on when you're happy with the article and check it, and then it will be visible. So as a minimum we need to enter information into the title field and also into the main text field. Okay, so there are other fields here which I will explain later on, but that's the bare minimum. So if we go down, you can see that by default it's saying no image. If I click submit, you'll now see that we have a new article, categories mixed, the author's Peter, and there's the title, and these three checkboxes are not ticked. Now what we can do now is we can preview that article to see what it looks like by clicking on the icon here of the person and the screen, and you can see that we can see the article there and we can check it out, and then when we're happy with it we can display it within the websites. So this opens up a new tab to preview the article. We just close that tab to come back to where you were before. Okay, so having done that, I'll just quickly explain the difference between articles and news articles and notices. I'm going to switch over to the other browser. So if I go into visitor site first of all, any news articles that are designated for the visitor site will appear in this area here if they're recent on the home page, and will appear here in the news section within the visitors site. So that's the visitors website. Within the members website we have obviously a section for news, so news articles will appear in here. If we have checked the tick box to say headline news, then the news article will appear in this headlines area. And if we have selected the article as a notice, then it won't appear in the news sections, but in the members website, if it's a recent notice, it will appear in this list here, and it will also appear within the notices. And with a notice, there's a link here to read more information, and you see that to all intents and purposes it looks like a news article. So that's just a bit of explanation on the difference between notices and articles. I'm going to switch back now to the other browser, and what we're going to do next is we're going to go back and have another look at our example article, and there's one or two things, really important things I want to point out. So if we come back in here, the first thing I want to point out is that it's really crucial to put the text into these fields here correctly. Now I suspect the best way to do this is not to type in your article text here, but you'll probably type it into Word, use the spell checker, etc. But when you copy that text in Word, don't paste it straight into here. Use one of these two paste icons. I'll tell you why in a second. Preferably this one here, paste in as plain text. So you click on there and then you paste in your text from Word into here, click OK, and that text will appear in here. Now the reason for doing that is that, or the reason if you don't do that, is that what will be pasted in here from Word is a load of hidden tags, and that will disrupt the layout of the article web page. And you can try it yourself to see this, because if you click on the source button, you will see tags like this in here, and you'll see all sorts of stuff. Now you don't want that, so use the paste buttons there to paste in your text, and then there won't be any problems. So that was what I wanted to show you there. The next thing is you might well want to show an image in your news article, and in order to do that you go to website images. There's a library of images here that are all ready for you to use. You can select any one of these. So what you would do is you go down the list here and try and find an image that you want to use, and just make a mental note of the title of the image, and then when you go back to your article you can actually select that particular image. What you can also do though is upload your own image. So if you click on the choose file, you can select you can select an image that's on your computer, and then having selected an image you can give it a title. Now by default the crop checkbox is ticked, and what this will do is it will crop a landscaped image to the same aspect ratio as you see here in these thumbnails. But there are instances where you won't want to have it cropped. For example, if it's a portrait image, you won't want to have it cropped. So you can uncheck in that instance the crop box, and then once you've ready, you can click upload. I'm not going to do that now, but that would upload an image. You'll see in the browser the progress, and once the image is uploaded you will see it in the list with the title that you've given it. So if we go back to our news article, and let's say we want to have this image here, Captain David Horder. Right, okay, so if we go back to articles, click the update button, scroll down, and this is in alphabetical order. So there we go, Captain David Horder. So we select our image there. If we want to, we can put some text below that image. Okay, click the submit button, and now if we preview that article, you can see we've got the image in there. In actual fact, I put the text into the wrong field. I'll go back and explain. So if I go back into here, if we have selected an image for the article, we have a number of additional fields that we can use. One is image footer text here, which is where I should have put it. This field is a quote, so if there's any sort of highlighted quote we want to make that somebody's made, we can put our quote text in here. And if it's a long article, you might want to use a second column to the right below the image. So second column text goes here. The more you use this, the more accustomed you'll get to what these different fields do. So I'm going to update that again and go back, and you can see now there's our left column text there, there's the image footer text, there's the quote, and there's our right column text. So you can create a nicely balanced web page using those particular fields. Right, there is just a few other things to mention. You can put video into your news articles. In order to do that, you simply need the YouTube video reference. I'm going to switch browsers, and in case you don't know, whenever you click the house symbol, it takes you back to what I call the splash home page. I'm going to log in as admin. I'm going to go to a previous news article that I created on Gary Player. Here we go. And you'll notice down here we have got the video reference, which you get from YouTube, for a video. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back to the other browser, go into our article. Now if you want to show a video, you still have to select an image because the image is used as a thumbnail in the news list. But all I need to do is put the video reference in there, click the show video checkbox and click submit. And now when I look at the news article,
this is the 3 words: the wind's blowing left to right, there's a lake on the right.
Instead of an image on the main page, I have got a HD quality video from YouTube.
Let me mention a little bit about that. Stand right over here if you will. That's my line. Hold it right there.
With video, what can happen is that we can set up a YouTube channel account for the club, and any videos that are uploaded there, we can simply grab the references and then embed them within our article web pages. This is fairly easy to do now. Anybody with an iPhone can actually download an app, set it up to synchronize with a club's channel account, and literally within a minute or two of taking some video footage on an iPhone, you can have it uploaded to YouTube and processed, and then you just grab the reference and you can log in here and show it through your article web pages. There's just one other point that springs to mind that I want to point out, and that is to do with news articles that you're going to show on the visitor website. And this is probably a good general principle anyway. When you're naming when you're giving a title to your news article, try and avoid using non-alphanumeric characters. I'm thinking of things like exclamation marks, question marks, forward slashes, backward slashes, commas, stuff like that. The reason is that whatever you put in as the title is used in the visitor website to rewrite the URL, and I'll explain the significance of this. If we look at this particular news article here, we can see that we called it Golf Winter Packages, and we can see that the URL up here starts off with Sunderidge Park Golf Club News and the date of the article, but the last 3 words in the file name are the same as the news article, Golf Winter Packages. So this URL has been dynamically created on the server for this news article, and basically what this does, in association with the keywords in this title here and within the article itself, is create a web page that's highly optimized for those words. So anybody that is searching in Google or any other search engine for Golf Winter Packages, the chances are that this particular web page will be very highly ranked by the search engines, and this will help drive traffic to the visitor website. I mean, this would be able to measure this as well, and it could be quite significant. So that means you can use your news to help promote the club and to help increase the number of visitors to the website. So when you're creating your news articles, if you're going to use them in the visitor website, then think a bit more carefully about the titles you use and the makeup of those titles. I hope you've enjoyed the video demonstration. If anybody's got any questions, then please don't hesitate to contact me directly. You will be able to watch this video through YouTube as well, which will allow you to use their controls to stop it and start it and go to the bit that you want. Thanks very much.